fantastic place.
Unique.
It's really diverse.
Its history goes back to before the conquest, 960. It's got a very, very lively business community.
I call it a city. I call it City 3.
A very happening environment. There's lots to talk about.
The more you're here, the more you discover.
Croydon is a vibrant town with probably the biggest international group anywhere outside London, central London.
It's full of interesting and exciting people.
The centre of the universe.
Slightly misunderstood, maybe.
There's a lot more people that are trying to change it more, as in it's changed in a bad way, so they're trying to bring it back up again.
I was born here, raised here, educated here, studying here, and running my own business here.
I think the whole face of Croydon has changed.
It's got a lot bigger and a lot bolder, I think.
Since I started getting involved in community projects, I see more dynamic young people getting together.
It's got more transport links now, which also helps the fact that more businesses will be more attracted to it, more like trams and stuff.
Enabling me not to travel by car, but to come in on public transport. That's the biggest improvement I've seen.
It's changed dramatically in 10 years.
It's become slightly run down.
It's known as being the number one chav town in the UK.
Chavvy. Sorry?
Chavvy.
The perception is that it's full of criminals. It isn't. It's got one of the lowest crime rates in London.
I think Croydon has a fairly negative reputation outside of Croydon itself.
It's a bit post-war and quite dull and concrete-y.
The local media seem to be more interested in reporting about crime, and they don't really do Croydon justice. I'd like to try and help change the perception of the place.
No worse than anywhere else in London, that's for sure. Probably better than a lot of places.
There's a lot of good things in the borough, but if you don't hear about it, people will always lean to the media opinion of a place, which is always negative, because negative sells.
There's so much stuff going on here that's really underestimated by London as a whole.
People sort of put their hands up and think, oh, there's a problem in Croydon, isn't there? Well, there isn't.
I've met someone who in Australia actually, and when I mentioned I was from Croydon, he said, "Oh no," in that kind of tone.
I'm vowing to change that by any means necessary.
It's not perfect. There is a lot of bad, but there is a hell of a lot of good.
We need to show that Croydon is a modern town. It could maybe one day become a modern city.
Try to get all these empty buildings occupied again.
When you want to build a cosmopolitan city, it's all about the people.
I'd like to say that all the age groups can talk together.
A place where people are happy to live and feel comfortable.
And people that I've spoken to are fairly optimistic that it's going to improve still, because there's room for improvement.
Got potential, yeah.
It needs some inspiring architecture.
The residential population and the working population all combined into one unit.
There is a tremendous opportunity for Croydon. We just need to blow our trumpet a little bit more.
If we start producing something where we got aerial walkways, it would be one of the most high-tech, most innovative built parts of London.
Croydon is open for loads of things, I think it's good.
I would also like to see a lot less police, just to show that it is a safe environment and that no one is going to get hurt.
It's exposing the success stories.
It's a place to go, man. It's a place to be for business.
We've got something like 200 companies actively exporting from Croydon all over the world.
In the past, it was too focused on call centres, banking, and so on. And it has to, expand its diversity.
Social enterprise is the way forward.
There's a lot more creatively coming out of Croydon.
We don't highlight enough the amount of restaurants. You just go down South End, and there's just so many different types of food that's available.
Promote it more, put it on the map, make it prettier, bring different businesses that people haven't really heard of before.
It's a very good place to launch business.
I think in the past too much has been done which hasn't consulted people.
It's got to be done in an inclusive way.
If you don't work with people who live in an environment, it can create turbulence and divisions.
If you can make things look better, safer, happier, then you feel better as a person.
We need one voice for the whole of Croydon.
It's important to consult with local people and local businesses, because
they make up the borough. Without them, the borough wouldn't be here.
It affects them more than anyone else.
And they're the ones who will make the change for Croydon. So.
Yeah, that's a really good answer.
I'm going to give you the same answer again. Focus on the people.